Hi guys, this is my post-match reaction to the second game of round 4 of the 2021 Six Nations. Final score, England 23, France 20, and what a game that was. Wow, that was really tense, but I think the key difference was discipline, I think England showed they were a lot more disciplined today than they have been in their first three games. Clearly, the work they were doing with Wayne Barnes and Matt Carley in the week has paid off in this match, and France's discipline went a bit in the second half, and that ended up costing them. But let's go through the game, because what a first half that was. The best first half of the Six Nations I've seen in this championship, no doubt about that. The first try for France was a fantastic, worked out wide. Vakatawa puts the ball out. Teddy Thomas with a fantastic chip through from out on the wing, and then Antoine Dupont, who else runs in to catch the ball to score. And then England bounced back straight away, responded fantastically. They spotted a bit of a dogleg in the French defence, and it was Henry Slade, I think, who put it through and exploited it, and then went out wide to Anthony Watson, who scored in the corner. And then it went for penalties when it went to 13-10 to England. And then France scored through Damien Penaud, a fantastically worked try off the line out, a dummy foil as the line that was used. It went to Gael Fickou. Fickou gave it to Dupont. Dupont played a sort of like wee dummy out to Jalibert. Jalibert held his line fantastically as he was running towards, and passed at the crisp, perfect moment to Damien Penaud to go and score in the corner and make it 17-13 to France at the break. In the second half, it was a penalty each, and it was really, no team really got clear momentum in the match. I think it was sort of swings and roundabouts. Maybe England had a touch of momentum, but not that much. And then France's discipline started to go a bit. England eventually got an attack at, in France's 22. They got an advantage of it, and then Maro Itoje bundled over. Was it a try? It looked very dubious. The TMO said the ball did touch the ground, but looking at it, it did. It was hard to say it was really conclusive, because the referee said it was no try on field decision, and if you're making that decision, then the TMO has to have absolute conclusive proof that the ball did touch the ground as it went over. And looking at that, it didn't look all that conclusive from what I was seeing. I know there might be folk commenting and say, "Oh, it definitely did touch the ground," and that, and that's fine if you want to do that, but just from what I've seen, I'll have to look at it properly again. I think it was very, very close. But I think on balance of play and the discipline, England just narrowly deserved it. Narrowly. But it was a very good game, very tense game. England turned up to play, and very well done to them. The best they played this championship. France, the performance overall, I don't think they could be disheartened. It was just really their discipline at key times let them down in that second half, really, and that's something they need to address if they want to be a team that is seriously going to compete for Grand Slams in future and also compete for the World Cup. But they'll go into the game against Wales next week. It will be a fantastic game, that, with Wales going for the Grand Slam. But I don't think that England have done Wales any favours there, because France are going to look for an absolute backlash next week, and it's going to be a hell of a game. England, on the other hand, they travel to Dublin next week to finish their championship, which we'll see how that goes. We'll see how Ireland do against Scotland tomorrow, but England seem to have Ireland's number and how to play them right now. So it'll be, that's going to be for next week and going to be very interesting. Congratulations to Anthony Watson winning his 50th cap and getting man of the match for it. He had a very good game, to be fair to him. And England actually showed when they play with tempo, when they play with pace, when they play with the ball in hand, they can actually play good rugby. And that's what was missing for them most of the championship. And when they keep their discipline as well, it marries fantastically. And Billy Vunipola, I know there's been a lot of criticisms of him and a lot of criticisms of Sam Simmonds being left out still. I think those criticisms are still valid, but Billy Vunipola had a good game as well. The All England pack really stood up for the most part as well. So credit to them there. France, from their point of view, individual performances. Antoine Dupont was fantastic for the most part. Until I think perhaps that knock-on right at the end, which you wouldn't expect of him. And there was a couple of charge downs he got as well. But apart from that, he was just, for the most part, very majestic. Also, I thought Vakatawa in the midfield was really brought something there to France, and he was great. Gael Fickou had a very good game. Damien Penaud was very potent on the wing as well. So Overall, I think both teams, performance-wise, can be pleased. It was just the discipline side for France that let them down a bit towards the end, and then that try at the end, which will be debated till the cows come home. But again, I'm going to have to see full proof of that before I make my final opinion on that. But from what I've seen in balance of play, England just about deserved it, so well done to them. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys. That's all I've really got to say on it. Appreciate every one of you for subscribing, liking and watching. Check out my watch along with Brandon tomorrow at Brandon Smith Rugby, and we'll be watching the Scotland Ireland game, so I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, take care, have a good night, and I'll catch you later on.